Good afternoon, everyone. This is YC from YC Cooks and Bakes. This afternoon, we are going to revisit an old recipe, my chicken and stuffing bake. And I did this recipe in 2019, and it received over 5,000 views. Um, so I'm anxious to show it to my new subscribers, and I hope that you give it a try because it's very healthy. It's economical. It tastes fabulous. It's amazing. And I'll just go over some of the things, the particulars right now, the recipe and everything with you right now, so that you can understand the ingredients and that it is easy and that it is healthy and not very expensive at all. Okay, so you're going to need, first thing I do is I make sure I have broccoli in the house because we like to have broccoli on the side of this, and I just buy the freezer kind, and we just put broccoli on the side of this dish. So any kind of vegetable of your choice will work. Okay, and to do this dish, you want a quarter cup of butter. So you know that's just half a stick. So you only need half a stick of butter. And you're going to prepare some stuffing just like it says on the box. And it tells you, the half a stick of butter and the water. It tells you what to do. So you just want some stuffing mix. Okay? And you want, of course, chicken. And I have chicken, but I'm only going to use 3 of these, cut them in half so that they turn into 6. And then these 3 will be for a whole nother meal. So I'm going to get 2 meals out of this for the 6 people I have to feed. And that makes it more economical. Okay? And I'm going to season it with salt and pepper and garlic and thyme. Those are the seasonings of my choice, but you can choose what you want. And also we'll be using a can of cream of mushroom soup for this recipe and 1/3 cup of sour cream. Okay, and that's basically it. I worked out the math, and for the little bit of butter, it'll be, unfortunately, that's the one thing that has gone up a lot. So even just that little bit of butter will be about 95 cents. And the uh, the the chicken, the 3 filleted breasts come out to 5.39, and the little bit of sour cream comes out to 66 cents, and the stuffing mix 69 cents, and the cream of mushroom soup was 58 cents, and the seasoning about 40 cents. So this whole meal will only cost, because the broccoli was 95 cents per person, so you're looking at $9.47 per person for 6 people, because that's what my divisor was 6. So that's only $1.58 a person. So when I can feed 6 people this meal for under $2 a person, that's fantastic in this day and age with the inflation that we have happening right now. $1.58 a person, I'll take it. And it's packed full of flavor. So let's go ahead and get started. You want to take a cutting board and open up the chicken. And I'm going to clean these off, but you process your chicken how you want, but after I cut these, I'm cleaning these. You do it, how you do for your family. You know that. Okay, and I'm going to cut them in half like that, so each one has 2 pieces. And after I clean these and season them with my good seasonings, we are going to sear them on top of the stove before putting them into a dish for in the oven. You sear them. Okay, there we go. And that's it for that. And then I have these other 3 breasts will go in the freezer for a whole nother meal. So I'm going to get these cleaned, and then I'm going to add some seasonings to them. Okay, I'm back here with the chicken, and I'm just going to lightly salt them. Okay, and of course, pepper. Here we go. And my favorite, garlic. And you can use minced garlic if you want, it doesn't matter. And a little bit of thyme. I like thyme in this recipe for some reason. It just does very well. But you can use lemon pepper, whatever you like. Okay. And I'm just going to quickly turn these over. I know a couple of these pieces are small. My son's girlfriend doesn't eat a lot, and I don't really care for a lot of meat. I just don't. Especially if I have broccoli on my plate. I love that. Okay. And don't worry, I wipe all this stuff down before I put it away. It gets a good washing. That is for sure. You have to be careful about stuff like that. I see Walmart had a big ground beef recall. Not sure what brand. I don't usually buy all ground beef from there, so I wasn't too concerned about it, I guess. We're hard pressed to get up to 73 degrees today here. It was a cool night. We're going to have another night where it's going down to 50 degrees, but it's supposed to be between 77 and 79 the next couple of days. And then storms at the end of the week, but working its way on up to about 88 starting Sunday and Monday. So we shall see. And this is it for the seasonings. And I will meet you at the stove to sear these before we have to put them in the oven. Okay, I'm just heating up my frying pan right now so that I can sear these. And this is the oil that we're using. It's the olive oil, but it's the one that, you can use for grilling and sauces. Okay, and that's what we're going to be using to sear these chicken breasts. And I think while this is heating up, I'll go ahead and get my glass 9x13 ready because once I sear these, I'll put it in my sprayed Pyrex so that we'll be able to finish cooking these in the oven. Okay, I think we're going to start to sear these pieces now. Probably do like 3 at a time. And like I said, it doesn't matter that you don't have to cook these all the way through because they're going to finish cooking in the oven. But we still have some ingredients to put on top of them before putting them down in the oven. Oh, it smells good with that thyme. Oh, I love that smell for some reason. And this isn't a lot of work. It may seem like that, but it's not. I mean, I'm doing 3 at a time, one more, and I'm done for 6 people. If you only have 3 people, after you sear these, you're done the standing up part, basically. I just have to prepare that stuffing to put on top of the sour cream mixed with soup. That's it. And then we're going to cover, I think we put foil across it for about 30 minutes in the oven. And that's it. And very packed full of flavor and very, very economical. I'll do this to get good flavor at that cost, at $1.58 or something a person. I mean, you're laughing, you know, especially in this economy. Okay, I'll turn it over. See, it's got a little bit of searing on it. That's what you want. As soon as you see some of those brown, the brown, it looks beautiful. I'll go ahead and get these done. Okay, we're back at the counter, and I just want to show you the seared chicken. Do not skip this part. Sear those beautiful spices to your chicken and make them nice and golden. I'm telling you, it brings so much flavor to this dish. You don't want to do this dish without searing the chicken first. You will be so glad that you did. Look how beautiful those are. Okay, so let's set this aside and make our stuffing that's going to go on top of these. You know, I have hot running water all the time. So I use that to melt my half a stick of butter. And by the way, in my 1.5 cups of water for my stuffing mix, I did put a little bit of Knorr bouillon, like broth. And if you want, you can use Weiler's, whatever kind, you know, of bouillon or broth. It adds to the chicken stuffing. It makes it not so boring. It really adds flavor to the dish. You don't want to add too much because then you're talking more sodium, you know. But anyway, because this is the chef's cupboard. But if you have one that does have a lot of flavor, like stovetop, you know, you probably could just leave it like it is. But I find these need a little bit of oomph, a little bit of flavor. Let me go ahead and rip this open and pour this in here. Okay. Like that. So, you know, this looks like just, you know, dried, you know, breadcrumbs like that are seasoned if you're making your own. And I just pour this in it and stir it and let it sit for a few minutes. And that's how you make this stuffing. If you live somewhere where you don't have stuffing mixes, you know, you would just use dried breadcrumbs and toast them with some seasonings. If I'm not mistaken, this is like 6 ounces of them. Okay, and set that aside. And now we're going to mix our cream of mushroom soup. If I can get this out. There we go. Try to get out most of it anyway, right? Okay, and I'm going to mix it with, now I put the sour cream back in the fridge just so it wouldn't get watery because it is warm here, so I'll go get it. Okay, and just so you know, I did put the oven on to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for this recipe, and it will take like 20 to 30 minutes, and you know, covered with foil, and then that'll be it. But it is at 375, just so you all know. And what I'm going to do, because I did this before, this recipe before, I will give you the link in the description so you can go back to that recipe, click on the description, and the whole thing will be right there. So you click the link. When you get to that video, go to the description. The directions, instructions, and the recipe will be there. And so that's what we're going to do. And keep in mind that this is only $1.58 per person for 6 people. Not bad at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our sour cream mixed in with this. Okay. We're going to use a third cup, 1/3. And of course, I never measure this. It looks heapy, but then I have a gap at the top too, so don't freak out. It's not like the worst thing in the world. Okay. All right. And let me go ahead and put the lid on that. And stir. We're going to stir the sour cream with the soup. Let me go through everything, make sure I did everything right. You mix the stuffing, you sear the chicken, you mix the soup with the sour cream, you spoon this over the chicken, and then the stuffing mix on top of that, and you cover it. And it goes in 375 for 20 to 30 minutes. I mean, it really, when you read it like that, it really is simple. Especially if you do this a few times. Imagine how you could get used to doing this like once every other week. You could add this to your menus like twice a month for an economical meal. And you get 2 or 3 economical meals in a week. Well, your grocery bills will shrink a little bit. And that's very helpful. And like in my other video, I stress that the flavor of this sour cream mixed with the mushroom soup is absolutely amazing. If you've not tasted it, make sure you taste a little bit. This will surprise you. You'll be like, wow, it's amazing. You'll want to put it on everything. And you might think, oh, that's fattening, not in the soup salty and all that. You could get a low sodium Campbell's soup. And when you think about spreading it across 6 pieces of chicken that's high in protein, it's not as bad as what you'd think. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Get our chicken back here. So you want to spread this on top of it. And don't be so fussy, It's not rocket science. It's not hard. You have to enjoy yourself. Oh, you hear that? Hello, Moto. I tell you, our phones ring off the hook around here. I don't know how your house is. My goodness gracious. Somebody always wanting to sell something. Or telling us we have stuff that we don't have, like timeshare. We don't have timeshare. They think we do. No, we don't. Some people think I have a hearing aid. No, I don't. Where are you getting this information? Come off of it. So silly. So, almost done this. Use a little bit on each piece, You'll be so surprised at this recipe. And I see why when I go back, and if you taste the flavor in this after searing it and taste these ingredients, I see why it got over 5,000. Why it went viral. I see why. And I mean, seriously, who doesn't like chicken and stuffing, right? You want to put something fancy with it? Do it. Put cranberries or something with it. You could dress this meal up any way you like. Okay, so this is what, show you what the stuffing looks like after I made it. See? See? Yep. Very nice. Just make sure it's mixed real good. I'm going to use this spoon again because that went pretty fast. And you just lay the stuffing across the top of each one, you know, just a little bit on each one. And then I'm going to steam some broccoli to put on the side of this meal. And it'll be really nice. It'd be nice with green beans too, probably, or a salad. Ooh, there you go. Put a little bit more on this one. I'm dropping it. Okay. See, I'm done already. I mean, could it be more simple? Come on. It literally is that simple. And I'll lift you up so you can see it. See? Like that. And let me back you up. See, there's the other phone. Hang on 1 second, I'll go answer that. Okay, it was just spam. So I'm going to cover this with foil, just so you know what I'm doing. I'll turn this around. There. And this will go in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, it's supper time. We have our chicken and stuffing bake with broccoli on the side. It smells amazing. I can't wait to eat. So add this to your next shopping haul to tighten your budget. It's a great, great meal. 6 people, $1.58 a person. You seriously cannot beat it. Don't forget to click on the link in the description so you can go to the recipe. There's my plate, and that's for my husband. Have a great night. Bye-bye.